Good morning, everyone. Let's look at your markets for today. We have a very long list of events on the economic calendar, PMI data, so inflation data for the Eurozone coming out, and labor productivity for the pound as well as some PMI data on the greenback. Now, obviously, it's in the middle of the US election, so anything greenback would be based on the results of that. So there's no point actually trading any of that. None of them will give you the desired result because of the election being the predominant factor at the moment. So that being said, we do have some euro data we could potentially trade, and potentially the pound as well. Labor productivity is quite important. So let's turn to the charts. I'm not going to look at sentiment. I'll do a quick review at the end about what sentiment is. We can base it on the charts instead. So let's quickly turn to that. There's oil, as you can see, coming down significantly. Gold oversold. Let's look at that. Coming down as well. And the opposite is true of the dollar. It's going up. But there's a big whipsaw effect as a result of the election. So trading gold, look at that. Trading gold and trading the Dixie or anything dollar related is very risky at the moment. So if you do want to trade it, put your stop losses in place. Very important today. So the Aussie is coming down across the board. There's not a single currency that, well, maybe the CAD with the weakness in oil prices. The CAD might be weaker than the Aussie. But as for everything else, the Aussie is pretty much the weakest currency at the moment. Euro is coming down as well, with the exception of against the Aussie. It's coming down against everything else at the moment. Specifically, I want to look at that divergence. We could potentially get a trade on the euro yen to go short. Then euro pound, we seem to be seeing that move come back up. It could just be a retrace, but compared to the pound dollar, you could see that the pound is weakening. So this could be as a result of a weaker pound versus a reasonably weak euro. So both are weak, but the pound is weaker. Then euro dollar is down as well, as you can see. So very pro dollar at the moment and very negative for everything else. Even the Kiwi is coming down against the dollar, and dollar is obviously strengthening against CAD, Swissy, and yen. So it's a pretty basic sentiment. It's very pro-dollar, weak Aussie, weak euro, weak pound. So what I would look to trade today, based on this divergence as well, is to go short on euro yen. I think that's going to be our key trade for the day. So my prediction would be something like this. And we'll do a little triangle there. Something like that. That's going to be my prediction for euro yen today. So it's based on the divergence we can see from the RSI, and my watcher indicator made on this candle, it had a little arrow down. It came back up again, so the arrow went away, but that was my first indicator that it is potentially coming down and starting a further downward trend. So I'm going to keep an eye on this. Definitely going to be my trader for the day. As for everything else, I'm a little cautious to enter into anything. As we know, the pound has lockdown, euro has lockdown, so there should be weakness on both of them. And then the election is a bit of a whipsaw, so it's a very scary thing to trade, especially if you look at gold. Gold should continue to come down, whereas the Dixie should continue to go up. But it is hitting a ceiling and a floor. So watch your support levels here, especially this green level there, which is 1890. You could round it to 1890.0. So definitely going to see it bounce off there a few times before it breaks through. When it does break through, we could see it plummet further down. Bear in mind that election can cause crazy whipsaws. This is very important. I can't stress this enough. Always have a stop loss on gold and the Dixie. Stop losses are key because, as the election results come out, state by state, it will whipsaw the dollar and gold. So definitely keep an eye on that and protect your positions with stop losses. Anyway, that is it for today's video. Short and sweet. We've got one trading potential that's not on the dollar, and that's the only one I'm going to look to trade today. Anything else is a bit too rich for my blood. So I hope it helps. Good luck and enjoy.